Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the featherweight division. Brought to you on behalf of Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, and Unibet. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Steve Gray. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with pink and weighed in officially at 128.4 pounds. Coming to us from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, he brings a professional record of 6 wins, 11 defeats, 5 draws, 2 of his 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alexander Morales. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with silver and weighed in officially at 127.2 pounds. Hailing from right here, Manchester, England, he is undefeated with 2 victories. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Alfie Middlemiss.
Okay, boys, if a call break, take 1 step back. Sit ego break, in pass our chest, okay? Protect yourselves at all times. Okay, touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Well, here we go. Welcome along. Welcome to the Co-op Live in Manchester on a historic night for Queensberry Promotions.
Round 1.
Teaming up with DAZN, and our first contest is Manchester's Alfie Middlemiss in the black and silver, and he takes on Mexico's Alexander Morales. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees, Pierce O'Leary, and Zach Miller. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, good evening, Darren. Glad to be back here commentating with you on the panel. Yeah, what a night of boxing we've got ahead of us.
I'm looking forward to it, Darren. I'm looking forward to it.
Always good to see you guys. And Alfie Middlemiss 2-0 at the moment. Young man, still got a long, long way to go in his professional career at this age. Just nice and relaxing there. Trained by Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis and all those wonderful guys out of that gym. And just looks quite comfortable boxing in that orthodox stance. Just popping those shots out. Mexico's Morales is the man who's showing to be the aggressor in the opening moments of this round in terms of the motion he's moving, and that is forward. And I guess Middlemiss will need to just keep him at bay with that jab.
Yeah, he's boxing nice and comfortable at the minute. I'm sure Jamie will have said go out and have a look, get your jab going. Needs to just put this kid on his heels a little bit, keep him off balance, stop the momentum coming forward.
Well, that was a strong left hook which caught the right glove of Middlemiss. Doesn't seem phased in the slightest, just trying to gauge his distance. I'm sure there's a little bit of nerves there.
He's warming up into it, as you can see. I said that he still takes his time, uses his jab. Lovely 1-2 left uppercut to the body.
Yeah, just needs to stay switched on with this kid. You know what them Mexicans are like on that front foot, they'll swing bombs from anywhere.
He's very clever. Look at the educated pressure that he's putting on.
Good stab to the body there from Middlemiss. And Morales, he's just trying to walk him down. He is putting that pressure on ever so slightly, and I guess we'll see that increase if Middlemiss allows him to as the rounds go by. This one scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division.
Yeah, good lateral movement there, tying him up as he comes. Just maybe hold that centre there a little bit more now and pop the jab from there.
It's got to be up the jab. Good shot.
Good, staying switched on after his through as well, Alfie, so that's nice.
What a good opening round for Middlemiss. Pressure has been on, but he's coped with it well.
Looks like he's enjoying it, yeah.
Out. Round 2.
Well, we're back to business here at the Co-op Live. Both fighters straight to that centre of that ring.
Lovely jab to start there from Alpha.
A little bit more offensive. Fantastic.
Yeah, like Pierce said, could feint a shot out of the Mexican kid. Countered him. I've done a couple of rounds sparring with Alfie, done a 6-round spar. He's tidy. Come through the 6 rounds good, so I'm sure the 4 tonight will be fine.
He looks like he's just trying to draw the Mexican in a little bit and then countering him when he does try to make that entrance, and he does it well, doesn't he?
Yeah, because that'll make him not want to come as keen. You know, he can't just trot forward, then he's feinting him up, drawing the shot, and if he can counter him, he won't want to come.
It was interesting just observing the Middlemiss corner in the first round. I don't think there was barely a word muttered by either Jamie Moore or Nigel. They were just letting him do his stuff, work things out, and then gave him those instructions in between rounds. And Morales did catch Middlemiss there with a short left hook, and that is the sort of shot that he just needs to be careful of.
Even though it's his debut, he looks very seasoned through the fight.
He looks disciplined, does Middlemiss.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good fighters in the gym. Jamie's been about the game for a long time, so has Nigel, so he'll be very disciplined. He'll know what his job is to do, and he'll stick to it.
Morales has never been stopped. There are 11 defeats on his records, but nobody has managed to get him out of there. We actually saw him against Joseph Butler a few weeks ago on the Queensberry show down in Bournemouth, and he hit him with everything in the kitchen sink, and he just stuck his tongue out at him. He really enjoyed being in the pocket and fighting toe-to-toe. So I've got to say that Middlemiss is probably fighting the perfect fight against a fighter like this.
Yeah, I agree, Darren. I think Morales he's very clever at times, and even when he's in the inside, he knows how to not get hit.
Good left hook, just as he took a tiny step back there, Middlemiss.
Yeah, lovely right hand and tied him up there. He's boxing very clever here, Alfie. It's a good round, this. Lovely jab to the body then as well, mixing it head and body.
Seconds, corners. Seconds out. Round 3.
Well, it looks like there's a little bit of grazing there on the right eye of Middlemiss, so a bit of a nick. What sort of information do you think he would have been given in that corner, Zach, in the round just gone?
I don't think they'll have even mentioned it as such. I think Kelly will have worked on it. Jamie will give his instructions for the next round and stay cool, you know. It's a cool corner. They stay compact and composed, and he's come out here boxing nice again.
And Pierce, when you're such a young up-and-coming fighter and you're very early on into your career, what sort of information do you need when you're in there? You know, this is early on into his career. He doesn't need to be bombarded with stuff, does he?
No, absolutely no way. Just needs to be patience. Coming out of the amateurs, it's a bit of a sprint, but he's got rounds, he's got time. Morales is seasoned, as you can see. He's clever. So he just needs to be patient and pick his shots and keep moving as he is, because he's boxing fantastic.
Yeah, he is. He don't need to start taking any risks, just need to stick to what he's doing and get the win.
Morales, just 19 years old himself. They do start them young in Mexico. Turned over as a pro at 16 years old. Had a handful of fights and plenty of wins on some tough shows in Mexico. And then he's been working the away corner for a little while now. And 22 bouts already at just 19. And he is educated. He knows his way around that boxing ring, and he's making sure that Alfie Middlemiss has got his wits about him, because he sneaks those straight shots through ever so cleverly, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen this Morales on the circuit, and it's a tough fight to be having for Alfie. He's not come to roll over. He's come to give it a good go, and he's as tough as he looks. He's hard as nails, you can see that.
As I was saying, Darren, about Alfie's got a bit of a mark on his right eye. If you look at Morales' left eye, it's a bit of a nick there on it, just underneath.
It's a good observation. He's definitely got through with some stuff, even though it doesn't look like he's doing the most aggressive of work. The work which he is doing is obviously having some sort of effect.
Alfie finishing the exchange nice there.
His lateral movement's fantastic.
Yeah, he can't seem to get him the Mexican. He can't pin him. It's nice. Lovely pivot round there.
Beautiful.
Really nice shot to the body, then turn that right hand over upstairs. That worked beautifully. Big whipping left hook there from the Mexican.
Yeah, he's boxing clever here, Alfie, though. He's not letting the Mexican set. Lovely shot.
It's a strong end to the round for the Mexican, but Middlemiss doing well to just cope with that pressure and carry on doing more of what he was doing before. Some good boxing there.
Yeah, some very good boxing there. Sticking to the plan, doing what he done in the first 2 rounds, and it's working. Needs to see it out now in this last round.
And Pierce, when you've got a fighter like Morales, that kind of Mexican style walking forward constantly, that eventually has got to wear you down, hasn't it? It's got to tire you out. You've got to have some serious engine on you, haven't you, to be able to kind of just keep that fighter at bay for that long when their only motion is forward, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If that was a 12-round fight and the way Morales keep coming forward, I hope you have thick stockings on, because your feet be nothing but blisters after.
10 seconds, corners!
Pop the jab out, stab him to the body, and try to slow him down as much as you can.
Seconds out for the 4th and final round.
Well, I'm sure that will be the instructions coming from the blue corner. Touch of the gloves and both fighters get straight back to action. This is our first bout of the evening. If you just joined us, whether you're watching on the DAZN feeds or if you're watching on the Queensberry feeds, welcome along. We've got 6 fights in total on the prelims before the main card starts live on DAZN from 7 p.m. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees, Zach Miller and Pierce O'Leary. Stick around because there are plenty of good names and loads of good fights coming this evening.
Nearly took the lights out of Morales with that one.
It's a cricket bowl of a punch, wasn't it?
Straight on the front foot this last round.
He is. He's walking forward, is Morales. But I like that. I like that he's not coming just to kind of sit still and just soak up the punches.
No, he's come to fight, he's come to fight, as you see. But you know what, Darren? This fight reminds me of my own debut. Tough, hard. Oscar Amador, a Nicaragua guy. He was tough, and he threw the kitchen sink at me. And you learn so much from them kind of fights and knocking someone over.
Yeah, those South American, Central American fighters, they really are the kind of have gloves and gum shield, will travel and will box anybody in anybody's backyard. And not many of them get stopped. And if they do, it's not often that they get stopped. But Morales here in the last minute or so of the fourth and final round of this one.
Yeah,
Alfie's chasing him down.
Cut over Alfie's eye now, but last round I'm sure he'll see it out. He'll learn more from this than he has done in any of his fights anyway. That's how you know.
Middlemiss enjoying this, just big smile when pokes his tongue out to friends and family in the crowd who have spent their hard-earned money to come and watch him. He's enjoying it.
Yeah, he's on early doors and they've come out to support him. Can't fault him.
It's probably his first cut and he's not panicking as much. Still staying calm, still boxing, and he's not removing, he's still brilliant.
Yeah, he's staying very composed for a young man. Excellent.
Good body shot.
Good work here to finish this round off and the fight off for Middlemiss, who hasn't got carried away at any point. He's clearly been caught. Definitely a learning fight like you guys have picked up on, and he will go away and there will be plenty that he learnt about himself and I guess the game as well.
Yeah, that's a performance he can definitely happy from there. He's had his first cut, tough Mexican, seen the fight out, boxed well, enjoyed that fight.
And a first cut as well, because that's all experience, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, the blood might have been running.
And you've got to love Morales. Look at a smile on his face, giving us, we're assuming it's a thumbs up. He's got boxing gloves on, but
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Steve Gray, scores the contest 40-37 for your winner and still undefeated, Alfie Middlemiss.
well, Alfie Middlemiss gets the decision and moves to 3-0 at just 21 years old. Had a really game and good opponent there in Alexander Morales, a super tough Mexican who clearly loves every moment about being the type of fighter he is and doing the job which he does.